Okay, we won the die roll. We will be playing first this game. And yeah, that's a fine hand. It's not amazing, but it's good. Could use a 2-drop in there somewhere, but we can't be too picky. We've got a couple of our really powerful spells. Spark Trooper's pretty good at keeping us alive as well, which is kind of an interesting use for it. Sometimes you just run it out there to hit them. You know, you'd like to finish them off or, you know, change the way that the combat plays out in a huge way. But it's also nice to just gain 6 life sometimes. Just thinking about something. All right, went for a dutiful throw there. Not a big deal. Things with first strike are much more annoying when you're dealing with a Spark Trooper. Sometimes you have to be patient and find the right spot. All right, so he did nothing. That's lovely. So we're going to run Kingpin's Pet out here. Now that we can. Otherwise, it was going to be a very lonely Ember Beast. If he attacks us, we're just going to take it. We don't want to lose our Kingpin's Pet to something stupid like aerial predation or whatever. All right, there's a mugging, so we can use that to kill the dutiful throw if we want. He doesn't have black mana to regenerate it currently, but I don't think we do. I think for now I'm just going to run out Ember Beast. I don't see any reason to get Spark Trooper online this early. He could have something like Arrows of Justice or whatever it's called, the one that we have. And if he has it, then he's going to use it. And we'd rather just let him. All right, he drew a Swamp, which is pretty good, but he's going to be in an awkward spot if he wants to try to keep that dutiful throw alive forever. Also, we're 1 mana away from landing this Hellkite Tyrant, theoretically. Screecher. All right, so Screecher is going to get mugged. I think. There's our mana. So I can do Spark Trooper. He could still, I think that if he had Aerial Predation, he would have played it last time. So I don't think we really need to worry about that. So if I want to use my mana most efficiently, I can Spark Trooper this turn. And then also I can mug something. I can also just Spark Trooper and pay for Extort and keep mugging up. He doesn't have any blocks this turn anyway. The only thing that we're kind of annoyed by is this, but, you know, we got that guy coming down next turn. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to Spark Trooper and pay for Extort here. And engage in battle. So he has no blocks that are reasonable here. He doesn't have regeneration for Dutiful Throw. He could have Smite. All right, so he's going to block Kingpin's Pet with Screecher, and that's not a chump block there, so he's got to have Smite or Aerial Predation here. He's seriously considering throwing Dutiful Throw in front of the Ember Beast here as well. All right, so I expect Smite. And there's the Smite, and he can pay for Extort as well. So that's definitely the correct block, I think, because it's going to leave our Ember Beast by itself. He's going to take a big hit of damage here, go down to 8, but you know, as far as he knows, we don't have the ability to attack with this anymore. So we get to play Hellkite Tyrant, and if it survives, then we're going to be in a really good position. Awesome. That's lucky. He kind of prematurely used 1,000 lashes here. He really didn't have any reason to do that. I couldn't even attack him. If he would have saved it for the Tyrant, it just would have been a complete blowout. We would have been basically top decking. So hopefully he doesn't have another one, I suppose, because that's just sweet for us. And I am taking this moment to windmill the Hellkite Tyrant. It will finish him off quickly if it's able to attack. If he lets us untap, I'll probably just mug the Screecher and then hit him. I don't want something dumb like arrows or another smite to get us. We've got a nice follow-up play too, just to keep more pressure on him. Even if he has an answer for Tyrant, we have a Balustrade Spy to keep the pressure on in the air. He does have another 1,000 lashes. Well, that is highly annoying, but thankfully our Balustrade Spy is going to be able to race these 1,000 lashes plus his guy. But that's super annoying. So hopefully we can find a little more to add to the table as well. So let's mill him. A Boros key rune. That's interesting. I'm still waiting on the mugging. I'll probably end up mugging this thing. I want to see what he does here, though. If he plays like a Assault Griffin or something that can actually trade for it, I'm going to want the mugging, and I can just do it on my turn. Okay, he doesn't have any attacks. Does he have any plays, though? No, he doesn't. Ooh. That's pretty good. Kind of weird that he's done nothing with 5 cards in hand. He could definitely be on red, though, and just have nothing. So I am going to attack, and then I'm going to play Urbis Protector. All right, so he is blocking here. Is this another smite? Yeah, I guess it is. I guess I should have just... I was planning on mugging before. I probably should have just done it. That takes that opportunity away for him to have a second smite there. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not, but probably is. Still going to wait, though. Whoa, what happened? Where's my angel? Oh, there it is. I was like, dude, worst 1/1 ever. And he's got Grizzly Spectacle. Wow, this guy has Smite, Smite, Grizzly Spectacle, 1,000 lashes, 1,000 lashes. That is ridiculous. So I just need more threats here. I'm definitely going to mug this thing now, though. Yeah, that's insane. I think I'm going to block here. Yes, we're not in a position to race now. And that thing can hold off any ground guys we get and put him in a position to race our dude. So let's get that thing out of the way and play the Denizen. And right now, we do not win this race, but if we draw creatures, we can get ahead. Ugh, that's going to make the race a little rough. Okay, well, that'll help. Let's attack. Sweet, he didn't block. All right, so this is going to be a very close one. He still has 3 cards in hand, and now he has red, so this is going to be very bad. All right, he's still attacking, though. He's got us on a 2-turn clock as the board sits. We can hit him for 5. We need to be able to get in for 3 more. We don't have madcap skills or anything like that. If we can kill this, though, then we'll be in decent shape. Oh, man. Angelic Edict. This guy just has every piece of removal. Yeah, that's going to make this really tough for us. Ugh. 4 damage target player, that would put him to 4. We can make my guys indestructible. That doesn't do anything. And I can give a creature double strike, which also doesn't do anything. So we are just dead here. Looks like we're going to have to cut Ember Beasts and move to a different plan, though. Because we cannot... he has way too... I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a deck in this format with that much removal. That is insane. Smite, Spite, Spectacle, Edict, Edict, Lashes, Lashes. That's just crazy. All right, so those are going on the stack and we're dead. All right, let's try again. That was not awesome. So we'll get rid of these. Let's bring in some more black cards like we mentioned. A Death's Approach seems okay here, and I kind of like the Confessor to get that removal out of his hand. I'm going to replace a Mountain with a Swamp. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. Holy Gates doesn't really do enough. Swing doesn't really do much either. We kind of just want more beef, like stuff, because if he's going to have to use his removal during the course of the game, we're going to be pretty fine if, you know, what we end up with is something big. I think I'm going to take out one of our Edict as well, as we didn't really see too many good creatures from him. All right, this looks good. We get a turn 2 Wojak Halberdiers, and we get a Prism so we can Death's Approach stuff later on if when he starts, when the game goes a little longer, because it probably will. I want to be able to proactively, now that we know that he has like a bunch of smites and stuff, we can be much more proactive. So Halberdiers first. Okay, we drew a Mountain. That's pretty good here. He could have Executioner swing. Don't think that we play around it, though. I don't want to just do nothing for the turn. That does not seem awesome. I don't have any reliable 3s here, so I'm just going to run out the Prism. Okay. Does he have it? No, he does not. See, so sometimes it's weird because it feels like that's what he would have there, but he didn't. So hopefully he plays something with 1 toughness. He doesn't. Ooh, there's our own Kingpin's Pet, though. I think I like just running in here and just doing Scorchwalker if he decides to block. Yeah, see, he didn't even block there, so that's pretty sweet for us. And then I don't know if I want to do Kingpin's Pet or Assault Griffin. They're really similar here. Heck, I could even just run out the Scorchwalker here. All right, this is actually a tough decision. Yeah, this is an easy decision at all. Kingpin's Pet is fine. Scorchwalker demands a block, but is easily blocked. Assault Griffin really does need to be taken care of pretty soon, but I think I'm going to play the Griffin here. I think it's the best compromise because it needs to be dealt with. You can't just ignore Assault Griffin, but at the same time, it puts a decent amount of pressure on our opponent. Let's see if he has 1,000 lashes here. The nice part about that is that our Massive Raid's still live, because our plan right now is to untap, kill Kingpin's Pet, and then get him. The problem is that if he ships a turn back, he can represent Grizzly Spectacle, and then we can't make that play, We just don't have that play available to us. So we have to just play out Kingpin's Pet, pass the turn. I mean, we'll attack him, but... All right, here comes an Assault Griffin of his own. All right, that's fine. We wouldn't mind making a few trades here. Oh, sweet, he attacked. That's beautiful. That is exactly what we wanted to see. So we get a lot of value here. And we drew a swamp too. So we get to massive raid this thing, hit him for 6, and then our Death's Approach will be live next turn as well. He's definitely going to try to trade off. I wish we could play another creature this turn, but I'm pretty happy with this exchange. All of a sudden, this thing starts getting a lot more lethal than it just was. Yeah, that attack was like a gift. Okay, he's going to play 1,000 lashes on the Griffin. He cannot pay for Extort. So what this is going to allow us to do is, if he doesn't attack, which I'm assuming he will not, we can play Kingpin's Pet and then Death's Approach with Extort. Or actually, we can just play Kingpin's Pet. Now this gets interesting now that we have that, because I can play Kingpin's Pet and Firefist Striker, and then just pass the turn back, because the next turn he will be down a blocker, and this thing's going to have First Strike too. I could also just run him over with Scorchwalker and then play. I could just attack with this. He's going to block. I Scorchwalk. That kills it. And then he has 2 dudes in his yard, and then I play Firefist Striker. That actually seems really good too, because the next turn I can Death's Approach whatever he plays and play Kingpin's Pet and then pay for Extort. So I think I like that plan the best here. I don't want to let him get any more Extort triggers if I can help it. All right, so let's do that to 1-for-1 him to get another dude in his yard and kill his pet. Also, that way, if he decides not to block there, he just loses. So we give ourselves just like a random win. And here's Firefist Striker. And then, yeah, we get to do Kingpin's Pet plus Death's Approach next turn. Hopefully he displays something with 2 toughness here that we can actually just kill. Try to make those smites that he has a lot worse is what we're trying to do. Smite's no good if you don't have the blocker. Firefist Striker will help with that too. Let's see what he's got. Uh-oh, something big. 2 Vigilance Knights. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not amazing. Ooh, Spark Trooper. So I can kill a Vigilance Knight and then play Spark Trooper and then attack with everything and make the other one not block. Yeah, that's a pretty good draw. That's a reasonable draw. So even though he tried to leave Smite up, it will not work this time. Take your medicine, sir. All right, next game. Let's see if we can finish him off here. We saw more of the removal, although there was some missing there, so still think I don't want the second Angelic Edict in there. Maybe I do. Those do make his smites way worse. I just want to have more threats. That's why I changed over to the Towering Thunderfist. It's just that, like, if he wants to play the game where he removes 1-for-1s with my guys, I want to have more guys. I just want to cast more bigger stuff every turn that he has to keep dealing with, because the creatures that he's played have been pretty unimpressive. Largely not very good. We mitigated the risk by taking the Ember Beast out, and I think that's correct. So yeah, let's just stick with it here. Okay, so how does this look? Well, we get a turn 2 Wojak Halberdiers. We're on the draw. We have Arrows of Justice, Scorchwalker. Unfortunately, we have 2 of our 6s, so we're going to need to draw a fair amount of lands. But beyond that, I think it's pretty good. So I'm not going to mulligan. And I think turn 2 Wojak Halberdiers versus him is quite good as well. Arrows of Justice, not the best card versus him because it doesn't really, like, it doesn't deal with smite. Like, he still gets to block first and then we have to deal with it. But, yeah, it's not the worst. All right, so we've drawn a land. That's a good start. We get our Halberdiers going. Let's see if he's got a 2. He doesn't. And another land, so that's good too. Ooh, Devour Flesh? Man. This guy has everything, I swear. It's so brutal. Alright, well, we've run good, though. Can't complain here. We drew straight lands, which is really all we wanted. I'm just going to run Scorchwalker out there next. Again, I'm just going to go for the big threats plan. I'm going to play Herbis Protector after that. Yeah, I'm still running Scorchwalker out here. I'm going to play Herbis Protector if we hit our land drop for that. And then I'm going to play the Hellkite Tyrant last and try to see if he's still got any removal left, which, geez, it probably will. This guy's insane. Alright, don't think I care about that too much here. I can just play Warmind Infantry and just have the board locked down. So let's just do that. I'm not going to offer a trade for a Knight token. Next turn, I'm going to slam Herbis Protector, and that's going to give us access to a potential battalion. And then the turn after that, this guy's going to visit. All right, there's a Basilica Screecher, so that's an issue, as it can get in the way of this, but that's down the line a bit. Course Tree Denizen first is interesting. So let's say if I attack with both of these, my assumption is that he wants to do this. So I think I'm just going to attack with Warmind Infantry here. If he double blocks, I can Arrows of Justice and then play Court Street Denizen. I use up my mana that way. And if I Arrows of Justice one Knight and then kill the other one, then it's nice to get those off the table because I want to get Scorchwalker through. So I'm going to start with that. He's also at 20, so he very well may just take it. If this does work, though, then I play Court Street Denizen after Arrows. And then Herbis Protector actually brings 2 white creatures in, and I can tap his team and get in for a hit with this, which is kind of nice. All right, he is going for the double blocks. And I'm going to go for the 2-for-1 here, although we probably get smited here or whatever. It still works. It still isn't like a blowout in his favor or whatever. It's more annoying, but his deck is annoying. He's got Grizzly Spectacles. Sure, I mean, he could have done that anytime he wanted. So he still loses a Knight in the deal, and I lose my guy. Not a problem. And I play a Denizen, and I say go. So next turn we should be able to hit him for 7, theoretically. Assuming he's going to attack with that Basilica Screecher. We've got him down to 2 cards here. What we really, really don't want to see here is Purge the Profane. As we've had like a really nice curve. But this guy's deck has been the most annoying possible, so I wouldn't be shocked to see it. All right, here comes the Basilica Screecher. And he's going to offer the trade with the Knight because why not? If he wants to make that trade, he can do it on his turn anyway, so he might as well get in for damage and let me decide. I don't want to make the trade, though, because I'm going to play Herbis Protector and get this guy tapped down. And hopefully he just plays some creature here that I can also tap down. All right, he plays nothing. So let's play Herbis Protector. we'll retap this, whatever. Attempts to battle for 7. All right. Any reason not to play this mountain? Not really. We'll just play it. If he has, I think if he had that card, he would have played it anyway. And plus, it gets 2 cards, so there's no reason not to just windmill it. So we've got a Scary Angel now, and we're going to attack into his Screecher with it. And if he smites it, he smites it, but we'll follow up. All right, so he went for 1,000 lashes on that. That's kind of what we wanted. I mean, not super happy about it. We'd rather just have him have a bunch of lands in hand, but... All right, he's attacking with both. That's risky biz, buddy. If we drew a white creature, we could just tap this thing. Okay, well, that's a little different. He's playing Cartel Aristocrat. All right, that leaves him with 1 card in hand, so hopefully it's not spot removal. So I think I offer trades here. Yeah. Yes, I will offer these trades because we're going to have a huge blocker and a chump if we really need it. And I'd like to get rid of either of these because this thing's going to keep attacking us anyway, so we have to respect the fact that we're just going to take a bunch of damage from it anyway. The question is, does he want to trade Aristocrat for Denizen? And he probably should. I'm fine if he does because I like our board to be him this, us this. Again, if he's got another spot removal spell, then it's an issue. All right, either way you do it, man. Whatever you want. If you want to sack your Screecher, more than happy to oblige that. Because he can't really sack both. He's maybe thinking I'm going to play a trick or something, but whatever. If these both trade off, then it's this Screecher versus this dragon. I'd feel much better if I had a way to get rid of the Screecher just because of Smite. But the fact is that I'm kind of all in for Tyrant here. Okay, Moto. Play this huge scary dragon. Say go. Interestingly, we have not drawn a single black source nor a single black card. And we've got, what, 4 or 5 or something. So, Dutiful Thrall's fine. We have much bigger questions here than whether Dutiful Thrall is what you have. I need to know if you have 1,000 Lashes, Smite, another Grisly Spectacle. If he doesn't, then we need to draw some threats, but we're not in a bad spot. Even if he has Smite. Oh, man. Talk about run good. Now if he has Smite, we just don't care. That was awesome. I was just saying in the last thing that I was hoping, I wish we had a way to get rid of that Screecher. Boom. Just instantly draw it. So now if he has Smite, he needs to find a flyer to go along with it. Spy's a good one too, that we can't cast. All right, one more turn. Needs a flyer and a smite. And this guy has trample, remember. All right, we got there. So we had to get kind of creative there, and we had to play around our opponent's really, pretty good deck, and also very weighted heavily in one direction. In this case, it was removal. God, that thing was removal heavy. His threats weren't very good. He clearly picked removal over threats. But that's generally correct, and his deck was stacked up with removal. Okay, until the next round. I'll see you guys in a minute.